Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Olympia Soiree. Alright, we are continuing Yosoga's route. I'm so sorry for last episode. My nose is getting really runny, and yeah, it did kind of evolve into like a worser sickness. I was like, dang. Hey, when my body does that. Just get a little sniffly nose and then it becomes a sinus infection. But yeah, I'm like way better now. No headaches. Voice is still a little bit husky, froggy sounding, but hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, what happened in the last episode? It's been a bit. Well, it's about some beautiful handkerchiefs, and we got some damning evidence that, perhaps the blue were actually responsible for the destruction of the purple because they left behind a memento on Yosoga's sister's face. That's kind of like a bad thing to leave behind, but maybe they thought no one would really implicate them anyway. And then there was also that letter that Yosoga's sister stashed away in the tree that like only they really knew the hiding places of, that said that like the blue killed me. So that's pretty like damning evidence. And we know Sakyo has some strong connections to the blue, so like he might have done something. Although I'm trying to like think of like what age was Sakyo? That was like 15 years ago. You would have been like pretty young. A young doctor. And then I mean, I guess there was also Shura. Shura also looks pretty young, but she's actually pretty old. She's just aging very gracefully. Alright, well, let's continue to see where this is going. The melancholy of the purple. Alright, well, Byakuya has no letters. Too bad, no letters yet. Be another slow delivery day. If there were any letters to the blue district, I could have spent some time looking around. Are they really just... I mean, it's gonna be really hard to find some evidence, like, 15 years after. It's not gonna just waltz up to your face. Oh, it might, but... I took another peek inside the bathhouse from behind the letterbox. I'm not sure what to talk about with Yosoga yet. A part of me wanted to see Yosoga, but if I did, we would only be continuing our conversation from yesterday. Which is why I said you needn't do a thing, right? Yosoga wants to get revenge, and Byakuya is being like the more morally good Otome game protagonist, like, I don't want to hurt anybody! Does he think that's enough to alleviate my concerns? The first thing I should do is... Oh, okay, we're going to see Tsukiyomi. Just waltz in. Seeing him a lot this route. Tsukiyomi, do you have some time to talk? Well, he's here.
You went to Tenyo Island.
I've been caught. I mean, yeah, according to Kuroba's route, we can go anytime. He just told us no, just so he wouldn't be silly and just try to row a boat as a child. I took a step back in surprise.
The waves told me. They carried you and Yosoga to the island.
Does Tsukiyomi control the waves, or does he just speak to them somehow? He didn't appear to be joking. Knowing him, I was sure he really could speak with the waves. There are more Iroha flowers in bloom than there used to be. Have you been tending to them, Tsukiyomi?
I have not done anything.
Then he began to grind the show in the mortar again. Are you angry?
What makes you think so?
Because I went against what you told me. And it's so weird to like be like, I'm sorry I went there. When in Kuroba's route, he's just like, yeah, go for it. Like, didn't really care. I mean, like, he cared, but like, he was just like, yeah, it's safe for you to go.
You are an adult now, old enough to choose your husband.
His kind words weighed heavily on my mind. He was the only family I had left now. No matter who opposed me, I would be fine as long as I had his blessing. Tsukiyomi, if I were to choose Yosuga as my husband, what would you say?
Husband, you say?
He looked towards Shinimizu Spring. Did you see him try to like jump in there? Try to touch the water earlier?
One full moon night, a boat carried men of many colors to Tenyo Island. By morning, all but one had returned.
Talking about that story where the purple guy got botsued.
He had landed on the island, but did not find love, was not loved, and cannot become a husband.
Was that man from the purple? Yeah, like, not only that, like he couldn't return, like, he died.
It is a story from ages past.
You seem to be telling me not to delve into that subject. Yeah, I wonder who the mouse was that, like, put the Iroha flower for that one purple guy. Did that mouse get fired? He was right. There wasn't anything I could do now. The best I could manage was to pray for his lost soul.
Have you heard why he took upon himself the name Jigoku Dayu?
No.
It is the name of a woman from a book that washed ashore. She was captured and kept in a red light district, naming herself after their word for hell. She believed her misfortune was due to past sins. She said not to burn or bury her when she died, but rather feed her body to the hungry dogs.
I don't recall that folktale. I've seen like the Hell Girl anime, but that had a different girl.
She lost her life at a young age, but it seems Yosuga was fond of her final words before death. Whether he wishes to live or die, that is something I do not know.
It seems to go either way. He's like he's like that one instance where he's like trying to make Byakuya like see if she would actually like Batsu him. If you are a woman of the white, won't you kill me? His answer to me was, he believes that Yomi is where he should die. Even back then, I wondered. I wanted to know what he meant by that. I wouldn't know either. That was all I could say in response. I bowed to Tsukiyomi and departed from his hermitage. Well, we didn't really learn that much, did we? Well, he didn't I guess Tsukiyomi didn't outright deny it. He didn't say no, but yeah, just kind of testing us. Good morning. I don't have any letters for you to inspect now, but do we want to talk? There's some information I wanted to look up, and this place seemed the most appropriate. Appropriate? What exactly do you wish to know? We're getting into trouble again. The Kodawari manages all sorts of records, right? Can you tell me everything you know about the white? One moment. Alright, thank you. Here you go. Is it a big folder or a little folder? These are all the materials the Kodawari have stored regarding Tenyo Island and the white. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Like a big old thud. That was easy. I thought he was gonna make it difficult for me. Are any of these classified or what? I flipped through the papers, reading as fast as I could. The island's geography, its climate, wildlife, flora, and fauna. Here it is, about the white. I immediately noticed something strange. Akaza? Is this all? White in traits? Women only? I want to know more than the obvious. I mean, they don't know, right? Like, the women have, for the most part, just remained there. I mean, Sakyo probably wants to know more, but he wants to do it through unethical means. That's it. Maybe there's some other records not at the Kodawari. I don't know how like powerful the Kodawari is. Like, would the military know more? Feels like the Kodawari is like some sort of like subdivision or like separate division. The other books contain a compilation of folklore, but that isn't seen as official record as its contents cannot be proven. That is how little we know about the white. I started flipping through the stack of papers on my lap. I see. So there's no information here either. What are you up to this time? I'm sure you heard from Kuroba about Sakyo from the hospital. He wants to conduct research on my blood and maybe kidnap you. I don't know. I've received a report about it. So it just dawned on me that maybe there's some kind of secret the white have that even I don't know. I mean, I did leave the island on the night of my 5th birthday. Huh? There's some information here about the lunar fairy too. Akaza? Do you believe in the story of the lunar fairy? I would be lying if I said it did not interest me. However, it still lacks credibility. It seems to have been around for a long time, and many have spoken about it. But yeah, like, not many people have, like, concrete details, right? Because they're pretty much, like, drunk while they're there. But do you see what it says there? It is said that those who cross the sea to the island lose their memories by the time the moon fades. Ah, you're right. It says right here. So the question is, if their memories are lost, how did this legend come about? Well, some of them remember, like Fuso. Old man Fuso. You have a point. Yeah, it's kind of like those tales of like, you hear like a tale where, oh, there were no survivors, but then like, how did the story come about? There is also a record of someone saying that Tenyo Island is a paradise of the world. Paradise, a heavenly world apart from the world of mortals. Well, I mean, it's an island full of beautiful women. Paradise? You mean some happy place that people can't reach so easily? Correct. A place that conceals itself from the wicked, no matter how much they look. Or only the chosen can set foot upon it. It's like, again, with like this like comparison with Yasoga being like, oh, he's some sort of devil, some sort of demon from Yomi, and like, and then Byakuya is just like the white angel that he's trying to like drag down. It really is a mysterious island. Even the Kodawari doesn't have the information I'm looking for about the white. I need to find something that can somehow help lead me to Elder Sister's past. Maybe just be like, yo, something sus about Elder Sister Shura. Kuroba's close to Sakyo, but asking him for information will only make him suspect me. If so, then I'm sorry to have bothered you. Thank you very much. I gave a deep bow to Akaza and left the room. Okay. We're just like trying to poke and prod and investigate without arousing suspicion. We're gonna like poke the hornet's nest, aren't we? I hope he's around. Oh, hi, Jigen. Ah, are you delivering letters? Lord Jigen! I ran towards the sound of the gentle voice. I don't have any letters today. I was actually hoping to speak with you, Lord Jigen. What is it that you need? I'd like to know more about the plague that struck the purple. I guess even Lord Jigen doesn't want to talk about it. He was there, right? He was there 15 years ago. I mean, even Yosuga was getting tutoring from the Red, like, during it. But I can't give up now. Can you please tell me what happened back then? Anything you're able to talk about will do. I see. It has already been 15 years. I cannot speak about it in much detail, as I did not witness the events with my own eyes. I'm not surprised. What I do know is that the house of Lord Shien, former leader of the Purple, was the source of the illness. Seems like it spread quite fast, though. Like, even if it was just one house. And they really keep that all up under wraps. The people of the Purple must have tried to help him. Unfortunately, it only made matters worse. Yeah, it seems kind of hard to believe, though, like, the whole clan from one house. No one suspected a thing. And from, like, a clan that's well-versed in medicine. Like, you'd think they would know how to quarantine and stuff. But no. Like, they all just got eradicated. By the time we arrived to assist, Lord Akon of the Blue had already begun the cleansing. Seems like you worked a little bit fast there. Soon enough, the flames engulfed the entire Purple District, burning it to the ground. That is all I can share with you. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like they moved rather quickly to just burn the whole district down. And they're just like, alright, well, the Blue did it. We won't question it. What? Even Lord Jigen doesn't know much about it. It seems so difficult to gather old information about the past. Thank you very much for sharing that information, Lord Jigen. Yeah, like, all the evidence is, like, has mostly disappeared over time, and, like, people's memories are probably hazy after 15 years. I presume you're asking, but because of Yosuga. Yes, he knows. I don't want to lie to Lord Jigen, but there's no way I can tell him... There's no way I can tell him what I heard. I mean, you're gonna have to tell him about Yosuga eventually, though, right? Like, you want him as your husband? You gotta, like, present him to the leaders. I mean, you still got Tsukiyomi in your corner, so there's that. Just gathering information, or I want to deepen our love. Alright, well, this is the right answer. I want to deepen our love. I see. Then I shall see you at Ashanaton shortly. Okay, well, I guess he approves. Lord Jigen's voice was kind as usual. I hope you will be lenient with us then. I bowed deeply to Lord Jigen and departed the Red District. Mother, I feel like I've completely strayed from the path of finding my real husband. Yeah, now we're playing detective now. Could this be a trial that Lady Amaterasu has given me to test my resolve? I mean, I think you just kind of you're putting your hands in trouble here. You could just be like, I take Yosuga as my husband and just leave it at that. Like, he said he'll take care of things. But yeah, you're poking your nose in the business. I hate to admit that I've wasted time, but I didn't manage to get any useful information. The waves are very strong today. Oh, my computer beeped. I think it's fine. Okay. Driftwood and seaweed littered the beach. I wonder if I can make it past those whirlpools again. Make sure you have a strong man. Bring well, maybe not Yosuga. I was like, have someone help row. I wonder if you just go with Tsukiyomi. I mean, he doesn't visit there often. Just like go on a field trip with him. Should I go on my own? I looked behind me when... Huh? Cannon? No, not him. Not now. Not alone. Hi. Alright, get on the boat. Byakuya, get on the boat now. Oh, so you finally noticed me. You seem to be daydreaming, so I thought I'd surprise you. I don't like your surprises. Thank goodness he didn't see me boarding someone's boat. Wait, write an article about... Oh no, Olympia stealing boat. Now I just get in the boat, fleeing and screaming from him. I'm fond of looking at Tenyo Island since it used to be my home. I see. For a moment I thought you were planning to drown yourself because you couldn't find a husband. I would never do such a thing. In any case, why are you here? What an odd question. I do manage Abyssero, so I come here in search of artifacts. Have you found anything recently? Nothing at all, unfortunately. The things washing ashore have been useless. I imagine this means the end of the island. Wait, what? Why is it the end? I was slightly irritated by his insensitivity. The end of the island? You must be joking. You mean like nothing new is like coming in? Like no new like inventions and stuff? You do know there's a vast world out there beyond the ocean, don't you? Of course I do. Abyssero's history is tied to the splendor of artifacts that found their way here. What used to drift ashore was really quite astounding. The island's culture was influenced by a variety of treasures that have made it what it is today. No new items must be a sign of changing times. In particular, there have been no items of medical value. Medical value? I mean, like, research purposes? They're like text. Be very lucky if, like, a text can, like, survive the ocean. The doctors on this island have been examining the medical literature we found ashore and spent countless hours deciphering them. All for the purpose of eradicating that deadly disease. But the world beyond the ocean does not suffer from haiku. At least, there has been no mention of it whatsoever. Yeah, it's a weird disease, but I guess there might be some similar diseases. But yeah, like, the people of this world are, like, physically different than, like, real life. We have soul crystals here and magic. I've wondered about that too. None of the books I've read ever mention haiku. Therefore, we must devise a strategy with our current resources, though our options are all but exhausted. I mean, Kuroba's tried, or he's trying a different route, using similar methods, and like he was researching immunology, so like he was using like otherworldly texts and just trying to like research and alter things for like this island's use. That is, except one. Cannon stared at me. Don't look at me. Like, okay, am I some sort of like beacon of hope? But then you also did that thing that one time. You mean my white blood? He was interested in finding a cure too? Or did he only learn about it in gathering information for his articles? But I do wonder sometimes. What purpose is there living on some isolated storehouse of replicas? Huh? The entire island is built upon trash that's been washed up here. It's nothing but an imitation. You saw it, didn't you? Bistro is home to all the originals we've reproduced. Perhaps we're replicas too. mimics of those who live real lives beyond the ocean. Well, that's an interesting take, considering, like, Tokizada came from Japan. Like, he has memories of there. Like, maybe he was just, like, not just isekai, but maybe it's just a clone. The angry sadness he felt weakened my heart. So this is what he was thinking all this time. I mean, we do know Canon has thoughts, has despairing thoughts. He would probably like to see this island burn. Replicas. Our birth rate is on the decline, and lifespans are getting shorter with each generation. Don't you think we should just accept Haku with open arms and perish together? That's a dramatic take here. From the first article you wrote about me, I knew we weren't gonna get along. He probably didn't like me either. He's gonna start writing doom articles. The end is nigh. But to wish that we all perishes. Please don't take away what meager dreams I have left to live. Dreams? You? I want to return to Tenyu Island someday with new members of the White. There are definitely people here who are trying to change this island, though we may be few. I wasn't born on Tengu Island. Even so, I still want to change things for the better. I may not be able to do much on my own, but I don't want to just stand aside and watch. This island isn't just a storeroom of replicas to me. But even if it was, does that mean we shouldn't care for it? That we should treat it badly? Have it your way. I'm not partial to that silly idealism myself. I'll continue to fulfill my role as a newspaper publisher. You certainly have enough foolishness for me to write about in an amusing fashion. Canon! Now excuse me. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Well, hopefully his interest in us fades. Just leave his articles, leave him to his articles, but yeah, hopefully he doesn't, like, get more interested than he did in that one Tokizada's route. Hi cat, you wanna go on my lap? No pets? I don't know him very well to begin with. Beyond the ocean? It would be a lie if I said I wasn't interested. But no one had ever made it past the giant whirlpool that separated us from that world. Yes, I need to start with what I can. I cheered myself up with words of encouragement before heading down to Yomi. Alright, down into the darkness we go. Alright, oh, Yomogi, jogging my memory, I think I gave her the same voice as Yasugi, right? Good day, Lady Olympia! Good day to you! Thank you again for yesterday. Yeah, she gave me the hanky! Which, by the way, I probably need to blow my nose. This is getting a little clogged. Oh, nothing much came out. I need to, like, mute my microphone. No, it was my pleasure. Are you on your way to the bathhouse? Yes. That letterbox is very cute. Writing letters has been fun, but there's been just as fun dropping them off in there. There's nothing like it on the surface, is there? I know, we don't have our own collection point on the surface. We just have to, like, walk around collecting letters from each district from individual people. It seems very inconvenient. She's right. Speaking of the surface, has the school in the Blue District opened yet? Not yet, though it looks to be nearing the end of construction. I see. She held her green hair gently. I served Lady Shura for about 2 years. I was so happy that I wanted to take her hands and dance around her with joy, with her inner joy. I never thought I would have an opening to talk about elder sister like this without initiating it. I know it's odd to say this as her servant, but Lady Shura was very kind to me the whole time. I'm ashamed to admit, I was never a great reader. My father used to tell me that reading would prevent me from bearing any children. Ah, yes, that mentality. To keep women from learning. What? It doesn't make sense, does it? But for some reason I believed him, and I mentioned it in passing to Lady Shura. Yeah, they gotta keep the women down so they don't rise up and gain power. Yeah, but to say that to your own daughter, like, come on. Like, don't you want your own family to, like, rise up and succeed? Lady Shura then told me his manner of thought was outdated, that I should read as many books as possible. Lady Shura has one of the finest libraries on the island. We were told we could read as many books as we wanted. Then we'd hold discussions on various topics. That sounds fun. That's the choice. I mean, Byakuya reads lots of books too. That sounds fun! Yes, I loved every minute of our discussions. The school construction started just about the time I left the Blue. Lady Shura told me to return once the school had been completed. Oh, but she's never gonna get the chance. But I suppose I can no longer keep my promise now. Yomogi looked down with sorrow and tears in her eyes. The sight of her attempt at restraint gripped my heart. I do not dare write to Lady Shura now, and with so many servants in her employ, I highly doubt she even remembers who I am. But if you could please mention Yomogi, formerly of the Green, should you see her, and tell her that I shall always respect her for the rest of my life. Wait, didn't Shura like advocate for her? I'm mixing up people, I think, but didn't she like advocate to like lighten her sentence so she like wouldn't get executed? I understand. I'll be sure to pass on the message. I think Shura wouldn't remember Yomogi. Oh, was there a letter? Ah! I quickly looked around, hoping no one heard my loud cry. A letter to the Blue. Oh, lucky. I didn't get to snoop around. It must have been Lady Amaterasu's guidance that brought Yomogi to me today. I tried to sneak a peek inside the bathhouse again when someone tapped me on the back. Oh, hi. Sis, any letters today? Ah! Wait, being sneaky. Huh? Did I surprise you? I'm sorry. It's fine, really. You just caught me off guard. I'm so sorry. No, really. Don't worry. Are you sure? Well, alright then. I was just happy to see you using this, sis. You mean the letterbox? It's just what I needed to collect my letters for my deliveries. Yosuga's really amazing to be able to craft something like this. Huh? Did I just hear him correctly? Oh, Yosuga made it. I mean, it was a present from him. For like, I kind of entertained the idea that like maybe Kaina like helped him, because Kaina was like is pretty crafty at building stuff. He was like gonna make a stand for Asaha as well. That didn't quite pan out. He said something about it being crafted. My heart was racing so fast that I almost felt as if I would faint. Huh? You didn't know? Yosuga was the one who made this. Yeah, that's kind of news. I know he gifted it, but I thought maybe he had like someone make it for him. I helped him paint it a little. Just this part here on the back. He looked so happy putting it together, so I wanted to help too. Yosuka made this? I hope you keep getting plenty of letters. Absolutely. Oh, now it's gonna endear yourself further to him. You're gonna look at the box and think of Yosuka. Maybe I wasn't supposed to know that piece of information. Well, I better get back to work. See ya! See you! After watching Asaha depart, I turned my attention back to the red wooden box beside me. The customers here just walked past it without a second glance. He made this? Well, Camellia, is Yosuke in his room? I quickly looked around the main hall, but he was nowhere to be found. Yes, I think he's in his room. Thank you! What? Why is she in such a rush today? Could it be she's pregnant? What? Okay, Camellia. Camellia, no, little too far, back it up a bit. Didn't even do anything yet. Yosuga, are you here? What's the matter? Has something happened? Were you the one who built that letterbox? Well, that's kind of a shift in subject now, isn't it? Meanwhile, he's like trying to scheme here. We caught you red-handed. Come inside. So, where did that come from? I heard it from Asaha just now. Of course. That was careless of me. I forgot to ask Asaha to keep it a secret. Why do you need to keep it a secret? Why is the box a secret? Yosuga, did you say something? I couldn't hear you. You said you are just as lively as ever. Or I said, rather. Let's leave me out of this for now and get back to the letterbox. I don't see why we have to. Well, I want to. Why are we grilling him on this? I'm sorry for not knowing until now that you were the one who built it. We're gonna want to thank him. I mean, technically this is... We did say, like, oh, no one's ever made me anything, like, before when we received the handkerchief. But, like, yeah, Yosuga made her, like, the whole letterbox. I mean, and she's also been gifted a lot of sweets, too. But maybe she didn't really see those as, like, maybe handcrafted gifts. It was so well done that I thought you had just asked a craftsman to make it. So, I want to thank you for it. Thank you for making such a beautiful letterbox. No need to thank me. It was a simple favor. It's much more than that. It's indispensable. I could have never come up with that myself. Well then, it was worth the effort of making it. You could have told me you made it. Get some brownie points with her. Raise her affection. No, no, why are you embarrassed? Why are you blushing? I didn't know he could blush like that. Suddenly, I felt the heat in my body rising again. Nonsense. Certainly nothing to merit a mention. You should tell me these things regardless. It's what allows me to even do my deliveries. It hurts that I wasn't able to thank you sooner. I'm sorry. No, I'm not reprimanding you or anything. In any case, I hope you can continue to put it to good use in your deliveries. Yes. Why am I blushing? I was so flustered I must have looked ridiculous. I don't know, you're grilling him about the box. You're like, how dare you didn't tell me? Now, I want to thank you, and then you're all flustered about it. When I heard of your idea to begin a delivery service, I thought it was rather amazing of you. Really? But Kaina was the one who inspired me to do it. But you were more than inspired. You continue delivering letters, even after the first few days. Been like, what, 2 weeks? Like, calm down here. The red letterbox came to mind. I was a bit anxious, to be honest. It was an anxiety that was borderline regret. It demanded Akaza's time and effort as well. And if something later went wrong, then what? But I wanted to do what I could. Even if it was only a little, I wanted to bring about change. Since I was able to get a permit through Kunado out of it, I may as well put it to good use. You know much more about Iyomi than before. So, what do you think about this unsightly place? Now that I've gotten to know it, I like it a lot. His beautiful lips twitched just a bit. It hasn't even been a month since I started coming to Yomi. I mean, like, the first thing we notice is that, like, the people aren't, like, only kind of whispering, but they weren't calling us a monster. They might have been, like, wary of the white hair. Like, oh, like, is it Haku? But, yeah, they didn't, like, judge us as harshly as people on the surface. Like, it's actually kind of nice down here. There are lots of things I don't know yet, but no matter what injustices I learn about here, I know my fondness for Yomi will only grow. After all, a lot of people precious to me call this place home. A lot. I should have expected you to say that. That's weird. He sounds sort of sarcastic? I apologize, but I should be going to the kitchen now. So if you would excuse me. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll see you again. Good luck with your deliveries. Okay. Chef Yosugo. Is he the cook here? I'm not sure if I'm just being sensitive, but his response did sound a little sarcastic. The red letterbox came to mind again as I pondered over the strange interaction from earlier. You said your hair is as pure white and beautiful as the snow. He praised my hair and made the letterbox. I think he's loved you for a long time. You can just tell me directly, you know. All of this is very important to me. Oh, to the Blue District. Feeling a bit lightheaded, I finally arrived at the Blue District. Now then, I've delivered my letters and got approval from Akaza to relay that message. I should keep my guard up from here. Numerous things came to mind as I slowly made my way through the streets. Like, find evidence just walking down the street. Covering her face was a beautiful handkerchief. Lady Shura told me to return once the school had been completed. Was it the same person involved in both? I mean, people can be both good and evil. They can do really good things and then also do really terrible things. Knowing how much Riku and Yamogi looked up to her, she couldn't be that diabolic, could she? I don't want to think a leader could be evil. I mean, so far we don't know of anything, like, super bad that she's done. She's, like, resisted against some of our choices, but the person I lived with now was a prime example of it. I can almost see Doma killing people with a smile on his face. Yeah. I mean, in Doma's case, I feel like Doma, like, knows who deserves it, but yeah. Oh, hi, speak of the devil. My, a pearly white butterfly has come to visit. Out on your deliveries? Or are you lost? No, I finished my deliveries for today. I actually came here to relay a message to you, Elder Sister Shura. What could it be? Do you remember a woman by the name of Yomogi of the Green? I mean, formerly of the Green. Yomogi. Ah, the young girl who went to Yomi. I remember her, of course. Ah, yeah, I mean, she advocated for her, right? Like, so her sentence wouldn't be execution. Her eyes were filled with sadness, no different from Serika's. What message has she for me? That she respects you even now, and that she will always respect you. Oh. I mean, that is a nice message. Like, she's not asking for anything. She just respects Shura. She seemed very sad about not being able to attend the new school. I see. Her long lashes swept the air as she blinked twice slowly. She is such a kind-hearted girl. Yes, she is. But on this island, women lack power. They're simply used and abused with no gain. Huh? This wasn't the usual elder sister that I knew. Without the mask. Her beautiful eyes were full of despair, as was her sorrowful voice. Though you may not know this yourself. She smiled with a hint of melancholy. I appreciate your delivery of her message. Now then, if you'll excuse me. That was... But on this island, women lack power. They're simply used and abused with no gain. Those words did really escape Elder Sister's elegant lips. I knew I wasn't hearing things. Is this how you really feel, deep down? I kept repeating Elder Sister's words in my mind. They echoed again and again in her absence. Oh, back to the plaza. Well, why are we here? We aren't looking for a husband anymore. We already found him. What should I do now? As I gazed blankly at the sundial tower, I asked myself that same question over again. I feel like this place is kind of dangerous now. Like, we don't need to look for a husband. Now I'm starting to worry about Byakuya just being out in the open anywhere. Like, something bad's gonna happen soon. It's about time. It's about time in the story for something bad to happen. I'm sure Elder Sister was speaking from her heart when she revealed those thoughts. I didn't want to doubt Yosoga's suspicions. But something inside me had been shaken. Yeah, like, we can't really see Elder Sister doing that, but... Like, would she do something terrible in order to, like, grab power? So, like, other women could also grab power? Unless Elder Sister only said that to deceive me. No. No. No, no, no. Not these two together. Oh, great. Good day, Olympia. What an honor it is to see you again. I knew it. Like, I was like, we're at the Sundial Plaza. Like, we don't really need to be here. And this is the result. My body went tense as I saw two figures approach me. Have we met Nagusa? Oh wait, Tokisada pointed him out, right? But we haven't been formally introduced yet. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Nagusa of the Jade. It's him, right? But why now? Is Sakyo... Why was well, Sakyo said he wouldn't sick Nagusa on us if we went with Yosuga. Well, not directly to us, but like... That was a whole scheme, right? Like, we have Yosuga be our husband, and Sakyo would be content with that so far. But pleased to meet you. Olympia, Nagusa here is actually a close friend of mine. He asked that I introduce him to you. Could it be sheer coincidence? I'm not so sure anymore. I thought maybe they were acting independently, but now we have like a connection with. We have a connection of Nagusa and Sakyo. So like, I don't know, like, are they all working together? They don't seem to be like trading off Byakuya or anything. Like when Canon caught us before, like that was it. Like he didn't hand us over to Sakyo or anything. Or is the man behind all this? Please forgive me. I did not mean to alarm you. It's not like you to be so scared of people, Olympia. You give us bad vibes. I need to stay calm and act normally. Gotta become the doll. I'm sorry. I was just surprised to hear someone call out to me so suddenly. Please rest assured, Olympia. My only wish was to introduce myself to you. And leave it at that, please. I gave a small smile in response. Yeah. I mean, Yosuga has some modicum of power, right? Kuroba didn't, but Yosuga does. Yosuga, I hope he goes Mafia boss on Nagusa. Just like break his arms, please. Of course, you must know already why I wanted to introduce him to you. Is this regarding my search for a husband? Indeed. He stepped forward with a gentle smile. I have heard rumors that Akaza is to be your husband, but I do not believe you have confirmed such an announcement yourself. Unfortunately, I have not had the good fortune of meeting you sooner. With your stay at Lord Doma's being a rather secluded one, I understand your tendency to withdraw from your admiring audience. I imagine you have not had many opportunities to meet and befriend the men of this island. Akaza of the Red is indeed a wonderful man. He would be well suited to be your husband. But I hope it is not too untoward to offer myself as another such acquaintance. Yeah, I'm being so polite about it, but... I see. So I guess everyone thinks I'm gonna choose Akaza as my husband. I mean, if it's to get this guy off her back, I would just say yeah, but like not actually go through with it. I have no intention of marrying him. What? I'm certainly indebted to him in a lot of ways, and I trust him as a person, but I have someone else in mind. Olympia, you're not about to reveal that it's the man from Yomi, are you? He knows. I couldn't hide it. My face turned red the moment Yosuga's face came to mind. Now, are they gonna meddle? Are they gonna try to do something? Can they do something? It's not like Kuroba, where like Kuroba didn't have any power. Yosuga has power. He has blackmail material. He's not afraid to break some arms. Ah, I had truly hoped Canon was mistaken. Nagusa let out a heavy, melancholic sigh. His reaction irked me somewhat. Is he gonna look down on Yosuga for being exiled? Olympia, I would have offered my hearty congratulations if you had already found a husband. I mean, I have. It's just not the husband you wanted. But it absolutely cannot be him. Absolutely cannot. I had only just met him, and his willingness to say something so blunt was irritating. He is prohibited from mating due to the sins committed by his people of the purple. He will not be able to bring you happiness. And you can. Oh, it can't. All right. Well, I can berate Nagusa like until I turn purple. But we do know from his memoirs that he's like a complete narcissist. So like he can't really help it. I feel like it would be best that you'd give up on him. This is probably the way most of the residents of the island think. I know that, but I am told I can choose my husband from any color class. Olympia. At this time, I'm considering Yosuga of the Purple to be my husband. So I ask that you refrain from speaking ill of him. What's this? Could it be? I'm surprised that I would be given your official statement so easily. I know, now he's gonna write a paper on it. Oh, you spilled the beans. I'm certain with this news, my papers will be flying off the shelves. It'll be a bestseller. Dear Olympia of the White has fallen to the depths of Yomi, all for Yosuga of the Purple. Cannon really knows how to rile me up. Anger was bubbling inside me, but then I had a thought. If I let him write an article about this, maybe it'll convince Sakyo that I did choose Yosuga. Oh, do we like not tell him yet? We're still like in the scheming phase. Cannon was probably gonna have Nagusa propose to me so he could write an article about it anyway. I didn't want to give the cold shoulder to someone I just met. But he wasn't who I wanted to be with. Yeah, sorry, Nagusa. I don't even want like a side story. I don't want like even a fan disc with you. I wanted the man who wound springs, who left a surprise gift of Conpeto inside the letterbox he built for me in secret. I wanted the man who was willing to dirty his own hands. Go ahead. You can write whatever you like. Yes, finally, more news. This will certainly be an interesting read. Nagusa's like, hey, this wasn't the plan, dude. Cannon's just like, alright, money. Cannon was happy as a clam. Why is there a glossary entry for that? But beside him was a despondent Nagusa who appeared heartbroken. Well, maybe Cannon will be happy with this, and yeah, I just won't get any more support for Nagusa. Happy as a clam, an expression used to convey that someone is delighted. Clams can be found burrowed in the mud on the shore, and are typically very guarded and difficult to prise open. Okay. Did I make the right choice? I don't know. Well, I must head back to write my article. You should see the paper on sale by this evening. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a more happy ending than him writing about Nagusa, honestly. Like, go ahead, just write about Yosuga instead. Huh? I quickly grabbed his sleeve as he was about to leave. Wait! Hey now, that's dangerous. What is it? If you're gonna write an article, make it good. That's a given. If you write anything to disparage Yosuga, I'm gonna sue you for libel against my future husband. Was he gonna? I want you to write an article that allows everyone to give us their blessing. Write that Yosuga is this island's best, kindest, and most beautiful man. Who will also break arms if you do anything to upset him. You have got to be kidding. I'm only asking that you write the truth. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder here. We know Yosuga is a very dangerous man. The truth, eh? Understood. On my honor, I shall write an article that will bring everyone to tears. Oh no, they're not going to be tears of joy, though. Oh no, what is the truth that you're going to write, Cannon? He walked away triumphantly, leaving behind Nagusa, who gave another heavy sigh. He looked so dispirited that it couldn't be real. Well, you lost your wingman here. Should you go after him? I can accompany you if you wish. Does he want us to be like, wait, no, never mind, don't write it. Don't write that. Go after him? You mean stop him from writing the article? Why, of course. He will listen if you tell him it was all a misunderstanding. There have been no misunderstandings. Yeah, get wrecked, Nagusa. I have something important to do, so please excuse me. Well, yeah, you lost the support of your friend there. Ah, poor Olympia. I see that filthy man of Yomi has her well deceived. Please don't meddle. No. I hope Nagusa doesn't meddle. I feel like he wouldn't. I feel like Kuroba was an easy target. I feel like Yosuga isn't as easy as a target. Welcome back. You look rather... Yosuga, I need to talk to you now. Can we speak in your room? Yosuga, me, you, bedroom now. I see. So in your exchange with them, you shared that you chose me as your husband. That's not exactly what I said, but I guess I should have talked to you first before saying it. If you had spoken to me, I would have told you to confirm it by all means. That should satisfy Sakyo for now. You seem happy. I mean, like, the plan can go forward. I cannot wait for this evening. I must buy a copy for myself to keep as a memento. Are you sure you're not angry? I am not angry. In fact, I am grateful. Should Sakyo be compelled to act in response to this news, we will have enough reason to pursue him. I felt relieved with a touch of disappointment. I wonder if having his revenge is the most important part of this to him. Oh, is she gonna be like... Is she, like, gonna hold the revenge up against herself? Like, hey, you gotta choose who's more important here. Oh, even if the newspaper does announce that you're gonna be my husband, you can't go out attacking those two. I can't. What a shame. No, Byakuya, let him break some arms, please. I really am selfish. Well, this all means that I can do anything I want to you. Anything? Oh boy. For a betrothed couple in a passionate love, kissing would only be the start. How would you like to spend the rest of your days in my bed? Huh? Oh my. Oh, what? Are you teasing? Shall we get started now? My dear, dear bride. He ran his fingers gently through my hair. Oh my. That alone sent a sweet tingle across my skin. I need to go and see if the paper's out already. Okay. He's not gonna write that fast. Probably not even off the press. Like, probably barely loading it in the press. Not yet, I see. He's still too young and naive and flustered. I cannot blame you for forgetting. The Red Calamity struck soon after, and forced you away from your home. But I still have it with me. It is my greatest treasure. I suppose this is... love, after all. Did they meet when they were kids? Does he have, like, a memento from, like, their childhood? That would be really cute. Now, why are we going back to this blasted plaza? Stay away from this place. Evening had arrived. Everyone took notice of me as soon as I stepped into the plaza. In the sea of murmurs was a familiar blue flag fluttering over the crowd. Ah, good evening, Lady Olympia. A paper for you. Consider it a special gift for the star of our story. Olympia's proclamation. Yosuga of Yomi is the best, kindest, most beautiful man. Canon! I can't believe he actually used the words I said to him. Reading just a few lines is making me blush. To my surprise, it was overly complimentary, and there was nothing bad written about me or Yosuga at all. Oh, well, that's kind of a surprise. I thought he would, like, sink in some jabs or, like, dig up some dirt or something. Lady Olympia, are you really gonna marry that man from Yomi? If you associate with a purple, you may end up contracting Haku. Hi, kitty. Meow. You want to go on my lap? Just don't get tangled in my headphones. You already broke 2 headphones. A crowd gathered around me as I finished reading the paper. Sorry, it's like I always get distracted by my cat. You may wish to reconsider. Men of Yomi will only bring you misfortune. Nah, Well, the men of Yomi are actually like more hale and hearty than the ones on the surface, but... We will not believe in such nonsense. It would be best for you to marry Lord Akaza. I knew this was gonna happen, but... Most of the people here had likely never even been through Kunado before. So trying to convince them that Yosuga was a good man would be of no use. No matter how much praise was written about us, the people on the surface shunned those in Yomi. At least, for now. Oh no. That's why we don't go to the plaza, girl. I've read the newspaper, Lady Olympia. Was this perfect timing, or did it mean trouble? The crowd parted, hearing his voice. I'm surprised you have chosen Yosuga to be your husband. Is he maybe suspicious? He's like, oh, this is going too well. I need to stay calm. I didn't hear what he said that day. Oh, did I give any indication that you were in that bathtub listening? I don't know anything about this person. Nothing at all. Oh, you know Yosuga? We of the Violet are currently managing the former Purple District. The plague that struck the Purple was rather gruesome. We are of the same color tier, so they are our comrades. When I learned he was to be exiled to Yomi, I thought it a harsh punishment indeed. Sakyo's expression and voice were filled with a pity for Yosuga. Is he acting, or does he believe that? To think this was the same man who said such horrible things back at the bathhouse. But fate has brought you together. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you both. Pay no mind to these naysayers. I hope you two find happiness together. I plan on doing this. Alright, I'll be sure to tell Yosuga. That's the one. That's the answer. I'll be sure to share your message with Yosuga. Yes, please do so. I wanted to see how he'd react, but it doesn't seem like it bothers him at all. I think he's very good at putting on the mask. Like Lady Shura. Yeah, like everyone has a mask. Before I forget, thank you very much for assisting me in my endeavor. Not at all. I was happy to help. And what were the results of my blood sample? Research is still ongoing. I see. I suppose these things take time. Your white blood is extremely scarce. It must be handled with care. His expression and voice did not change a bit. It was frustrating to see. It seemed I was of no concern to him at all. If only like we could like help him. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. Like a man who's committing like evil, wanting to experiment on Byakuya. But I kind of wish we were able to tell him like, hey, the secret to curing Haku is in the Ikimizu Spring, and then he would like get the results he wants and just like kind of lay off us. But we can't do that here. I want to find something, anything that we can use against him. I heard from Kuroba that your eye was lost to Haku. Yes, that is correct. Is that why you're so committed to your research? To be honest, the matter of my lost eye is least of my concerns. Huh? I held my breath. I never expected him to say that. This device can be used as a magnifying glass, which is quite useful. He traced the plate over his eye with a finger. Initially, the focus of my research was to halt the progression of Haku. But I have handed the torch over to Kuroba. With his talent, I am certain he will find a cure eventually. Alright, so what's your goal now? Is that so? I do not know how much Kuroba has told you, but I am currently conducting research on regenerating flesh that was lost to Haku. Would it not be wonderful to recover what was once lost, thought never to return? I don't think the secret to that is with the white, though. They're not known for regenerating. They're known for being immune to, like, sickness. Maybe you need to investigate another animal. I mean, I've heard of like really old research of like, what was it? Was it like some cockroach? It was like some insect, like a cockroach or something that if you like cut its spine, it can actually just regenerate its spine. So like people were researching that, like, hey, like what systems go into this that like a cockroach can regenerate its nervous system. But anyway. Suddenly, I remembered the hideous portrait that Tsukiyomi was working on. You're right. It would be wonderful if that really could happen. But is it actually possible? The doctors on the island have been fighting this disease for years, which is why I must fulfill my role as well. I was very lucky to have only lost my eye. It does not make my life any more difficult to live. On the contrary, I am grateful for the experience of having contracted it. I mean, I guess you could have lost your life. He said it with a smile, and I took a small step back. Because of this, I was saved from an undesirable marriage. Oh. So, you were marred, but that just reminds me of Fuso too. Like he was marred by Haku, right? And like it destroyed his first marriage, but then he found happiness later. Sakyo doesn't necessarily find happiness later. I am sure this is Lord Hiriko's divine intervention, all in the name of pursuing my research. I wonder who was he going to be betrothed to? We know from the last drought he has feelings for Shura, which makes me very suspicious that he's the one who probably offed Lord Akon, right? Akon was Shura's husband. But yeah, I kind of want to like, I wonder who he was betrothed to. Oh God. Wait. I'm trying to think, like, is it someone we know, or is it someone that was mentioned? And then I'm trying to think, like, what's the timetable? When did Sakyo contract Haku? Does it line up? You see, even if one responds well to the current treatments, any damage caused to the body cannot be reversed. So I've heard. But you can only imagine what it's like, yes? You have never felt the pain of losing your body to Haku. I took another step back. This time my legs were weak and shaky. For the sake of those who have suffered, I must continue to research until I have results. I am sure such endeavors will inconvenience you, but I hope you will understand. It was as if he saw through me. As though he knew what was going on. Tatsugi. Oh, there you are, Lady Olympia. Okay, saved by Tatsugi. The heavy atmosphere lifted at the sound of his voice. I knew for a fact that he was a godsend. Please accompany me to see Lord Akaza. Emergency, or are you just saving me from this awkward situation? Right, to the Kotowari. Alright, what's going on? When I entered the room, Akaza and Karoba were waiting for me. Tatsugi quickly made his way out of the office, leaving me all alone with them. I did tell you that you could choose a man from any color class. Oh, they read the article. But it would have been helpful if you had informed us first. I can't choose him? We think it's fine. Really? Of course, we as in Karoba and myself. But not the rest of the Kotowari or the military or the rest of the island. My shoulders dropped in disappointment. We trust Yosoka and want him to be happy, especially given the burden he has to bear alone for years. But it all boils down to what happens at Ashanaton. Jigen's on our side. Doma will also be on our side. We're fine. I figured as much. I doubt Lord Jigen will object at all. But the real issue is with Lord Doma and Elder Sister Shura. Yeah, I don't know. Would Doma, maybe Doma is gonna like flip on us and just like, hey, no. But in all other cases, he was just like, yeah, fine, do what you want. You're the last of the white bloodline, so you'll be safe. But I can't say the same for Yosoga. So you'll need to protect him with all you've got. I want the guy to be happy too. You can count on me. It seems you're prepared now, right? Please report to Ashanaton by 10:30 tomorrow morning. Wow, that's fast. Already. Oh wow, we're going down to Yomi this late at night. I guess we gotta tell him. Like, hey, we've been summoned. So, I'll be going to Ashanaton tomorrow. I will go as well. Huh? Yeah, he's going to the surface. Like, I mean, like he has to, right? He's been summoned. I have a permit, and I cannot let you go alone. This was embarrassing, but I was really happy. I mean, it does concern him. Like, he probably wants to go and say his piece. I never expected him to say that. He's gonna go to the surface for you. But I doubt they'll even let you into the building. There are so many guards and soldiers stationed around there. It's my least favorite place on the island. I remember. It was where I stood trial 15 years ago. Oh boy, happy memories of a 5-year-old Yosuga. I couldn't help but remember it too. When I stood in that cold hall alone as a child. Which is why I do not wish that you be interrogated alone. In any case, they should have summoned me as well. Of course, I presume their plan is to summon me separately. No, we're not going to allow them to do that. You don't have to worry about me. It's not like they're going to execute me on the spot. Yosuga frowns sternly. I mean, it's not you yet. It's Yosuga we have to worry about. He's more disposable. Doma wouldn't allow it. I'm still a precious tool to propagate the white bloodline. While I'm there, I can formally request that they make your status as my husband official. Huh? Huh? Did he think it was like some joke? Just to deceive Sakyo? Still? It's like, wait, if we go too far, like we really will have to get married. What did I just say? Official? Me? I'm so sorry. It was nothing. I have to get going. I'll be fine, really. See you later. No, wait. Bye. Oh. Do you think it was just a joke? Well, not really a joke, but like, it was just all for the sake of the scheme. Well, what did I just... You confessed to him unwittingly. I want Yosoga to be my... I carefully looked around the corner. I didn't hear footsteps, meaning he wasn't coming after me. I told him I was gonna make it official. Yeah, then you can't back out. Can't be like later, it's like, oh, it was just a newspaper article. It's nothing. But this whole thing was only supposed to be a plan to catch them off guard. I was so mortified that I could hardly breathe. In any case, I'd better prepare for tomorrow. I looked back around the corner to his room again before heading back to the entrance. Oh, what are his thoughts? What am I supposed to do? With everything else going on, I need to keep my distance from her too. You think you're gonna do something? Lady Amaterasu, you really do hate me, don't you? Wait, are you gonna go like crazy now that you realize the love is mutual? Alright, bathed in lavender. Are we gonna take a bath? With Yosoga? with the purple guy. Alrighty, we'll have to find that out in the next episode when we go on trial. Another love trial. And all the leaders are here. Alrighty. Another long chapter. Wow, they really are giving a lot to Yosuga here. I feel like the other routes, we had some chapters that were like fairly short. They're going all out. They're going all out with this route. Alrighty, we'll have to continue this in the next episode. I hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.